Hello, everyone, and welcome to the. Oh my God, what is that?
With the head cock, it's just so much creepier.
It is.
Yeah.
That's really scary.
The worst is when it's like this.
Oh,
And
it's
then
just John. Wait,
this.
that's even scarier. Put the mask back on.
Oh.
Okay, perfect. Welcome to the As Seen on TV podcast for The Walking Dead Season 4, Episode 3, Isolation. I'm your host, Dom. With me, I have Clio.
Hi.
John.
Hello.
And, Angela, your webcam is frozen.
I know. I guess I can't get it to work this time, but I'm here just to speak on behalf of Carol this episode.
Are you a ventriloquist? Your mouth, I don't even see it moving at all.
It takes a lot of practice, but I think I've mastered it.
Wow, that is impressive.
Nice. Nice.
Jeff Dunham has got nothing on you.
I'll start moving again next week.
Ah, okay. That'll be a new trick to learn.
Right.
So how are you guys feeling so far into the season? It seems like there's a lot of stuff going on now. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's awesome now. Like, this is what we were waiting for since episode 1.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't think
all hell to
episode
break
1 was...
loose.
I don't think episode 1 was boring. I think it was a good pace that they started off at, and it's just gonna get more crazy and involved from here.
Definitely. Like, episode 1 set the stage, and I wasn't crazy about the episode before this one, but this one is just finally starting to get good. Like, we're seeing some of our favorite characters, some of the originals, start to get affected. So it's getting good.
Yeah.
Do we like when our favorite characters are getting affected?
Not when it's Glenn.
They're our favorites.
I had a lot of
Not when it's Glenn.
My heart was hurting. It was...
The zombies are coming after John.
They are.
They're
chasing me.
They're biting on his power.
Clearly.
Didn't they call them biters in Woodbury?
They did.
They did.
Yes, they did.
The biters are after you.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
We left off last week with the burnt bodies dragged out and killed, on fire. We had no clue who did it. But at the very end of this episode, it's revealed it's Carol.
Did anyone else think that for a couple of moments before we thought we found out who it was, did anybody else think that it might have been Carl?
No.
No.
I mean, he's starting to act kind of like he's starting to get his old confidence back and running the show.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, but I think I realized that it was probably Carol when she flipped out after Tyrese was like, "Oh, you're such a good person. I know you're good."
Yeah.
Yeah, that whole thing was a little like weird too. Did you guys when Tyrese and Carol had that little moment and she just said, I'm so sorry. That was before we knew for a fact that she was the one involved. Did that come across as like her confession to anybody else but me? Because as soon as she said that, I was like, she did it.
Definitely.
Yeah, no, I mean, I didn't think it was her in this episode. Last week for this podcast, I had said it like as an offhand remark, like, Carol popped into my head, but it can't be Carol. And then
yeah,
I was right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oops.
Yeah.
Oops. That happens every now and then.
It does make that conversation with Tyrese make a lot more sense the way she behaved, because I was trying to figure out, what was going through her head while she was reacting to what Tyrese was saying, and it makes sense now in retrospect.
Right. Yep.
So, kind of at the beginning of the episode, we see them digging the graves for the rest of the people in cell block. They want to get those buried. But we go back to the burnt bodies. We get right into that. And Tyrese starts getting really pushy with Rick. And he's kind of demanding answers. He demands justice. He wants whoever did this to pay. And he gets in a confrontation with Daryl. And then all of a sudden, Rick just kind of snaps. And we kind of got back to old Rick a little bit here. Is that you guys starting feeling a little more old Rick?
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah. I didn't.
He's not a farmer, like I think going to either so there's two extremes. There's the pacified Rick, which I don't think does anyone any good. And then he raged a bit, but I think he was pushed also. You know, like he tried to stay cool in the beginning. He tried to be like, "All right, Tyrese, calm down." But he got punched in the face.
You know what
I
he
think.
did?
Oh, John, did you
Yeah,
want to go
go ahead.
first?
No, yeah, go
I'll
ahead.
go.
Go ahead.
Okay. I think what it is last week the Grimes were ready to get their guns back, and I don't think either of them are yet. I think it's too early, and they're gonna fall right back into that bad behavior and that sort of unhealthy. You know, I know best. I don't need your opinion.
You know what it also was is also like he made a complete ass of himself to Tyrese. Like he said all the wrong things to him. Like he said, "I know how you feel," but he doesn't know how he feels. You know, you don't. Even if you've experienced a similar loss, you still don't know how that person feels. And the other thing was then he went on to go on to claim how why did I lose her name? The hell was the girl's name? Carla?
Carol?
Sarah.
Sarah.
Oh.
Whatever the hell. Chick who died. He pretended to
Sasha?
know how she would. Sasha, there you go.
No,
Like how
Sasha's his sister.
No, Sasha's his sister. Anyway, he was saying like, "Oh, I know. How would she feel about this?" And like, Rick, you don't fucking say that to someone. You know.
Yeah, I think it's Rick hasn't had to actually deal with conflict this whole time. He's been putting it, giving it to someone else, and now that he actually has to deal with it, he's like, "Oh, words? What?" Yeah.
Yeah, he handled that completely.
I think if Shane were still around, he would have handled things much
Shane?
better.
Shane?
Oh, I love Shane. I was very upset when he died.
Shane would fly off the handle
yeah,
at the drop
no.
of
But
a
see,
hat.
none of this
Yeah.
shit would have happened though, because Shane would have just taken care of it.
Shane would have been like, "Fuck you, we're not staying in a prison."
Yeah, no. I mean, if you're talking about Shane on the path that he was going,
Yeah.
Shane was breaking. He was unraveling.
Well,
Shane
see,
wouldn't
but
have.
if Rick never came back, I don't think he would have. He would have had his little baby with what's her face, dead wife.
Yeah.
What the hell was her name?
Lori.
Jesus God.
I
She's
don't.
been gone so long
I don't know.
So long, she
I
was
think-
just there last season.
as a ghost.
I think Shane might have had a similar thing with no. Shane would have had a similar Rick. I think Shane would have let the power go to his head. You know, I don't think he would have done any better than Rick. I don't know. This is all, you know.
Oh,
Yeah,
I got to agree with chat here, because now if we're talking about if Merle was still alive, then none of this would have ever happened. Because I don't think anybody would be alive.
racism.
Well, no, I don't think anybody would be alive. He
Well,
would have just
I-
taken his brother and...
Just because you mentioned that, John, something just popped into my head. We kind of saw a little bit of Daryl and Michonne getting this little thing
Yes.
going on.
Yes.
And
Yes!
the grind. I mean, Daryl and Meryl. I don't know why I keep the rhyming brothers. I keep
Merle?
forgetting.
Daryl and Merle.
Merle, whatever.
Not Meryl Streep, it's Merle.
Whatever. Okay, so Merle. Merle was very racist. It is very blatant. But
Right.
if his brother was alive, do you think he would even have anything to do with Michonne?
Yes.
I
Oh,
think
absolutely.
so. I mean, because all that time that Merle was away, Rick was... not Rick. Daryl. God damn it. What is with this episode?
You mean
Daryl-
Lori?
Yes.
Sasha?
Larry David.
Leroy?
While Merle was away, Daryl started to be more tolerant of other people. And even when Merle came back into Daryl's life, Daryl was sort of like, Merle said, "Oh, the Chinese, oh no, what do you call him, Korean or something?"
Mhm.
Oh no, he called Glenn Chinese, and he's like, "He's Korean, actually. Allow me to correct you." So I don't think that Daryl would be racist if his brother was still around.
No.
No.
I
think
don't
he was
know.
distancing himself quite
I
a bit.
do like Daryl Michonne combinations.
No, not to
though.
keep going off on this what if tangent if every single character on the show is still alive, but what if Merle and Daryl never split up?
I think.
What if Merle was never left behind and they were with the group from the start?
Oh God!
Do
If
you-
Merle
do you
was on the
think-
farm.
Yeah, do you think Daryl would
Oh
still
my
have the same
God.
attitude that he has now? Do you think he would still be as tolerant to people now?
I think what's his face would be dead if Merle was still. Oh God.
Who?
Papa Smurf. Jesus.
Papa
Herschel?
Smurf.
Herschel.
Herschel. Herschel would have been
What is up
dead.
with names this episode?
I don't know. We're all off this ball right now.
I've been working straight for like 24
Lori,
hours. So
Herschel,
excuse me.
Sasha,
I think Merle would.
Shane,
I think
Yeah.
Merle would have probably gone
Carl.
away with him.
I think things would be incredibly different if Merle was around for the whole time. Yeah, it's just
yeah.
But
All right, so
on the Michonne and Daryl front,
say
I think it's a very good combo, and I'm interested to see more of that.
who?
Michonne and Daryl.
Oh.
Daryl.
Yeah, I have a thing to say about that because like everyone was like, "Ooh, there's something, romance," and I'm like, their relationship to me feels more buddy, like brother sister. It's not romantic. I don't feel that at all.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I think it would be
different.
more easy to watch than Daryl Carroll. Because
I'm trying desperately not to have a fangirl war today. Like, you know how I feel about that.
But Michonne kicks so much ass, and Daryl
course she
kicks so
does.
much ass. And when we see Carol
But a
go out
cop
there to try and unclog the pipes, oh God, that sounds terrible. When she goes to try to unclog the pipes outside the gates, and she's like hacking away at the zombies, she's just like kind of girl hitting them. Like, she's got like the noodle arms, and she's, it's not believable. I think the kick-ass combo would be. Why are you laughing at me?
Go clean the pipes.
Oh.
She had to unclog the pipes.
Oh my god.
She's older. Her pipes get clogged.
Oh.
Oh my god. Okay, so going back to where we were originally talking with the old Rick. Now that we've completely gotten off base
my
here.
God.
We just went on like a 15-minute tangent in the complete opposite direction. But so when we see Rick kind of snapping, he goes back. Why do you think Carol didn't fess up right then and there when to get Rick to stop? Because as if Carol and Tyrese are going at it and Carol was just like, "Hey guys, it was me," they would just stop. They wouldn't turn and start beating the shit out of her.
Yes, they
You don't
would.
know that.
Yeah,
I think
Tyrese-
Carol-
Tyrese was raging.
Yeah. Carol was afraid. Like Tyrese
Yeah.
went crazy, and she just. I think she was
He-
stunned. Like.
He
Yeah.
wasn't. Yeah, he was just raging. He wasn't himself. I don't. If I was her, I wouldn't have said it right there.
No, that would have been
No.
dumb.
He would have annihilated her.
I don't know.
And if you recall, Daryl goes up to him, and when they're like getting ready to make their run, he's just like, "Hey, I'm gonna find out who did it, and I'm gonna kill him," essentially. And what is gonna happen when he finds out that it's Carol?
What if a plot twist? It was actually the Walker Nick with the name tag.
Yeah.
That would have been awesome. If he
No,
was the
I
one that
can't
burned
wait
the
to
bodies.
see Daryl confront Carol about the
Yeah.
the killings.
Yeah.
I didn't even think of that. That's gonna be interesting.
Well, if he keeps true to his word, he's gonna have to kill her.
Yeah.
He's not gonna keep true to his word. He won't kill
No.
Carol.
Mm-mm.
But I think she's going to have to come up with an explanation for her actions, most certainly.
She has an explanation for her actions. She hasn't told
well,
anyone,
yeah, to
but
keep,
Well,
keep the virus from spreading. But
she didn't just. She didn't just do it because she was on her period.
It was kind of alluded when Rick said to her and
She
said
still has those?
you would do anything. He goes, you do anything for these
The
people,
age
and
cracks.
she said, yeah, I would.
Whoa.
When Rick said you would do anything for these people, and Carol goes, yeah, I would, and then he goes, did you kill them? And she says yes, and then she turns around. So I think her intentions
No,
were
no,
good.
no, no. He says, "Did you do it?" And she says, "Yes."
Yeah,
She didn't kill them. It's kind of clear that they had already bled out through their eyes. And then
I thought he
dragged
said, "Did you kill?" and then their names.
I'm pretty sure he actually said, "Did you kill them?"
Oh, well, that's a lot of blood for her to have just. I don't know. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't.
I see her taking that upon herself for the good of the group. She's been doing things her way for the good of the group the whole time. She's teaching the kids how to use knives. She's teaching them the weapons. She's preparing them. She's tried to have the girl kill her own father. So when she sees this sickness that's spreading, it seems logical she would want to cut it off before it started.
Lizzie came up with that on her own. She says, "No, I should be the one to do it." Carol was like, "Are you sure?" Like that was Lizzie's. That wasn't Carol going, "Here, you have to kill your father."
Yeah, no, that's true. But she was kind of like,
but yeah, she's
almost
taking
encouraging
a lot on
her after she made her decision.
Yeah.
So.
I wouldn't put it past her to have actually killed them herself.
Yeah, I was going to say
I
that
don't think
too.
so.
Well, but they were sick and already weakened. So. You see the people what they look like when they get really sick.
Yeah. And there was a lot of blood, so she probably killed them where they were and then dragged them out. It's not like she dragged them kicking and screaming to set them on fire.
No. Yes, of course. But what I assume that they had died of the flu, bled out through their face, and then she, as zombies, or before they turned, she killed them and dragged them out. That
seemed like a lot of blood for them just bleeding out through their face and dragging.
Well, that was a lot of blood when, I mean, we saw the people who died of the flu, and that was a lot of blood.
But that was like a thick trail, like somebody took a mop to the floor, like dipped it in blood and dragged it down the hallway.
Like they cut it, like a main artery was cut, you know.
I don't know, maybe we'll see a flashback. Who knows?
Maybe. So, why do you think Carol is so almost impatient to the point where she wants to be self-sufficient, she wants to take everything into her own hands and make everything her responsibility? Why do you think she's taking this role?
Because of the little girls.
Well, she's
reliving Sophia, and she's I don't know. She lost control when Sophia died because she was a much different person back then, and now she feels like she can control things now. She's got the power to keep these children safe, and she's very motherly.
Yeah. I think she is also afraid that if she brings this stuff up, like, or hey, can I, burn these bodies, that she'll be told no. And that power will then be taken away from her.
Hey guys, can I burn these bodies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was kind of thinking I'd go outside and burn some bodies today. What do you guys think?
Yeah. It just seems like the thing to do,
Well, I mean, it's a good idea if there's a plague starting to spread throughout the prison, but unfortunately,
it was way too fast. Yeah.
When that first one died, that was just the beginning. So.
Yeah. Yep. So, we kind of get introduced to the council this episode. We get to see it's Herschel, Glenn, Maggie, Carol, and Daryl.
And Michonne was there too.
But was she officially on the council, or was she just sitting in on the meeting? We don't know for sure. I think she just kind of walked in.
Well, she was there last time, so I guess she was just standing in. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not sure. So she may or may not be on the council. That's to be determined. But the important thing to me was Rick was not on the council. Why do you think that is? Do you think it's because he wanted nothing to do with it, or do you think that they feel he's not fit for it?
I think it was his decision.
Yeah.
Because I think after the dictatorship, he didn't want anything to do with decision making. Like, he didn't want anything to do with, crisis management, which is why he was so terrible at it when...
Yeah, he was rusty.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely was. So what do you guys think? Do you like the council better than the dictatorship? Do you think it works better?
No.
I do.
I like it.
That was the question on Talking Dead, and I didn't actually stay up long enough to see the results, but I would have voted dictatorship.
It was very close. It was like 59-41 in favor of the council.
I
Oh,
don't see.
okay.
I don't know about you guys, but I didn't pay much attention to what was actually said on The Talking Dead. I was
I
too
know.
busy watching Marilyn Manson getting into a fight.
With Chris Hardwick.
Oh, I love him.
This is amazing.
Oh my god, that was quite possibly the Manson better get invited back. That's all I,
I
have
love
to say.
him so much.
Oh no!
He could
Hardwick
just
will
make
go away
anyone
from
feel
murder.
uncomfortable by
Yes.
being on their show.
Go away from
No,
murder?
it was not about it being uncomfortable. Chris was just fed up because Marilyn wouldn't shut up, and he was going on these saying crazy fucking things. It's like, what the hell are you
Like,
saying?
Did you see the Shawshank Redemption? And this relates. He's just like pulling random
like-
movies. The
it's
butterfly
like the
effect, but
American
not the one
Revolution.
with Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah.
He put up the theory that Sophia did something, and Chris Hardwick just went, Sophia, the dead little girl,
Yeah, he was high.
having none of
He
it.
was really high.
I enjoyed every second of it, and I hope
It
he
was
gets
so-
invited back.
It was
Such a
too
train wreck.
painful. I couldn't watch it.
It was so entertaining. Just like I was barely even listening to what was said. More of just watching the two of them like banter back and forth. That's what the enjoyment was. I would watch an entire show of just the two of them talking about anything.
Never agreeing.
And the show ends with Chris Hardwick murdering Marilyn Manson.
No! No.
So good, so good. How were the results on that poll anyway? I don't.
He just said that they were very close, but in
Yeah, it
favor
was
of the council.
59-41 to the council.
See, I like Rick better as Rick-tator Rick,
I
but
do, yeah.
I prefer the council system for the decision making. So if
Well,
they can,
because
if they
if
can
we
have the
kept-
council and Rick acting like a badass like he was and not agreeing with the council and causing all these kind of conflicts, I would totally be up for that kind of storyline.
It
That'd
does
be
make
kind
for
of
good story.
but I mean,
like
if we
Rick.
kept on with the Rick-tatorship, everyone would be dead.
Well, because he would not let the people from Woodbury in.
He would have unraveled. Like, it would have just completely been terrible.
But at the same time, the people from Woodbury would not have been in, and potentially we would not have this person sabotaging the prison and potentially spreading a virus plague through the system. So under old Rick, we may not be seeing the turn of events that are happening now.
And
'Cause
now
I feel like the
feel-
plague is an inside job. I think it's something like I'm
Yeah.
totally in support of the governor.
Yeah, well,
I
who
mean,
who the
that's-
hell was feeding rats to the zombies? We still don't even know that.
We don't know.
And I mean, wait, that's what I had thought initially. I was like, oh, it's the governor, it's a big conspiracy. But now I feel like I'm being incredibly paranoid because we mentioned it, or I heard somewhere that Lizzie could have been feeding them because she puts like personalities to these
I
zombies.
think I
Right.
brought that.
So,
She was
yeah.
feeding and she was checking out the hipster
Oh.
zombie in the t-shirt and everything.
So if that's the case, then there is no conspiracy, and there might not be a traitor, and I don't know what to think anymore.
do you
Well-
think the plague
idea.
is directly related to their water supply?
I mean, I don't know because there was a sick zombie outside the gate, outside the fence. Rick saw him with his eyes bleeding. So it could have come from outside, and the infected walkers just came up to the gate and
The water pump is not
Just
very
shit in the
far.
water.
That river is just not very far from where those zombies are standing. So
yeah,
Right.
it's not. So
See, my only thing is, if it was like an inside job, we would have been probably introduced to the character who it is already. You know, like,
how do you know we weren't?
well, that's what I
alcoholic.
mean. Like, it's someone, right? That's
The
what I'm thinking.
alcoholic,
It's
yeah.
him.
That's
It's someone we know by now.
What's his name? Bob? I think his name was.
let's just call him the alcoholic.
yeah,
The
sounds right.
alcoholic.
Bob
But
the
you know what-
alcoholic.
But like, you know what I mean? Like, we would. They're not gonna just like throw like, oh, it was Randy. Like, who the fuck is Randy? You know.
Yeah. If it's somebody on the inside, my first guess is Bob.
Yeah, without a doubt.
But second guess would be Lizzie.
Yeah,
After that,
I
I
just
don't
don't
think
know
it's
what to
anybody,
think.
unless it's Carol, which wouldn't even make sense.
That wouldn't make
It
any sense.
wouldn't.
But it would be damn entertaining.
Well, that's already contradicting itself, though. It would be
Exactly.
funny if it was, but why then would she try to prevent the spread of something she was trying to spread?
Exactly. That's why it would be entertaining.
She's got split personalities.
Ooh. Ooh.
I'm with Omi.
She's been off her
It's
meds
a
for a while.
suspicious name.
Yeah.
What was that, Joe?
I'm with Omi. It's a suspicious name. It has to be Bob.
Is his name really Bob?
I think
It's actually,
so.
his name is Bob backwards.
You asshole.
what's that
Oh,
spell?
God.
Oh.
So-
I do think there's more to that character than we're being told, though, because they
Oh.
want to draw attention
Bob.
to his... Yeah.
We don't know much about him. He has been with the group for 2 weeks or so.
Yeah.
We know he has alcoholic tendencies. He has some problems.
Yeah.
He seems like he wants to be a team player, but he also seemed like he wants to be involved in everything that's important to either A, sabotage it, or B, to earn their trust. So he
Well,
just screams.
He did hesitate when he wanted to go on that run, though, because he's like, "Do you really need me?" And Daryl's like, "Did you pronounce this?" So, I don't know.
Yeah.
Unless he's just doing that as a ploy to just kind of, play dumb or something. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I could definitely see it as Clonerajan is saying in the thing, Governor Mole. I could see that. He would, if anybody's a Governor Mole, it's him.
Probably.
So
Yeah. I don't know.
then, so more and more people start getting sick, so they throw people into quarantine and stuff like that. They throw people in the young and the old. They stick into a separate quarantine so they don't get easily susceptible to this virus. They want them isolated, and that's kind of where the title isolation comes into place. It's not for the sick people like we thought, which are also isolated, but it has a double connotation where it is also meaning to isolate the well people as well. So you see Herschel is kind of down off in the basement, and when we first see him down there, there's this picture up on the wall of a pirate ship, or some
Yep.
kind of ship, and the sea, it's all rocky and wavy, and it says, "Smooth seas don't make good sailors."
Yeah.
And that line just stuck with me, because I was like, this is exactly what is going on. Like, this is not a smooth ride by any point. And Herschel's
Yeah.
sitting in this room, and you see, first thing he wants to do is he wants to go out and he wants to go pick berries. And I'm like, why is this guy picking berries? Like, so
Don't you know there's an apocalypse on?
yeah, right. Like, we got Gardner Grimes over there. He's now it's no longer a garden. It's a graveyard.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about that? They're gardening with graveyard, like, not too far from each other.
Well,
There's no room.
that actually could maybe be part of why their food got contaminated.
Could be.
Hey, but compost.
But I think Herschel, when he goes out, when he's like hell bent on going out and getting these things, because I mean, even though he was a veterinarian, he's still a doctor. His purpose in life was to heal, and so he wanted to do that. I respect the hell out of the guy, and
Oh, yeah.
he goes out there and he sees walkers, and he's just like, oh, whatever, you don't have to kill him, just
Yeah, so Carl goes
We
with
can
him.
outrun them. Yeah.
Carl goes with him because Carl wants to go tell his dad. He wants to go tell Rick, and Herschel's like, go ahead. By the time you get to him, I'm already going to be out there. And Carl doesn't want to leave him alone. He feels responsible to protect him now. So they go out together, and then they come across the two zombies. One that's like mossed to the side of a tree, and the other one that stepped in a bear trap. And Herschel's just like, yeah, don't kill them. There's no reason to. But the last time someone hesitated and didn't kill, isn't that when Lori died?
That's right. No,
So-
that's when. Even farther back, that was when Dale died.
Dale, yes, that too. So, do you think those, at least the bear trap zombie, I don't know if the moss covered zombie is going to be getting up anytime soon, but do you think the bear trap zombie is going to come back to bite them in the ass, literally?
Well, you
I don't
said
know.
that about the lady that he did, the lady
Yeah.
with the husband head zombie thing.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't seen them, so
Yet. it's only
Not
been
yet.
2 episodes.
Yeah.
So,
They're very
yes.
slow.
Yeah.
I mean,
I really do think that she's going to come back around, because that it took a lot of time with her. So
Yeah,
they
that was a good
didn't
chunk
just-
of the episode.
Yeah,
that
they
scene
didn't
was
just
not
spend all
just
that time.
randomly thrown in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see her coming back, but not Bear Trap. Bear Trap's too slow.
You think Bear Trap's not too far from the prison?
Yeah, but there's no significance to Bear Trap. Like, we see Bear Trap Zombie, and then that's it.
Bear Trap Zombie was hobbling along after them, so who knows?
Yeah, but I mean, it would just be one in a very much larger group.
I personally want to see more Bear Trap Zombie.
I'm
You're
sure there's
really
more
fascinated.
Bear Traps out there.
I don't care if it's this season. I want to see Bear Trap Zombie in the finale, and I want him to be the one that kills them all.
What about
Just
the
everyone.
zombie head? What about the woman like carrying her husband's head and bowling it on in? Like, wouldn't
Yeah.
that be
Yes.
a good idea too?
Well, Bear
Brilliant.
Trap Zombie could use it as a soccer ball.
That
Yes.
okay? Well, they can team up, right? They can all team up together and be the demise at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As long as Daryl lives, I
I'm not even kidding. Though I want to see more Bear Trap Zombie. That's one of
Poor
my favorite
bastard.
zombies thus far.
Oh, imagine it steps in another Bear Trap, so it has two.
hashtag Bear Trap Zombie.
Bear Trap, yes. Hashtag that Bear Trap Zombie. Let's get trending.
Let's start trending it.
Yes,
Let's do it.
I'll tweet it like 27 times a day. So, speaking of zombies in general, we have Glenn and all. Not Glenn. We have Daryl and Tyrese and Bob Backwards and Michonne. They go on their little trip, and they're sitting in the car trying to get the radio all set. Daryl wants to rock out to some tunes. Michonne's flipping through the CD cover trying to find like Metallica or something, and then all of a sudden they start hearing this voice on the radio.
Oh yes.
So for them to pick that up, it has to be somewhere that's broadcasting fairly locally.
Mhm.
Well,
Oh,
what about
definitely.
think back to Resident Evil though? It's not always a good thing to follow these things.
No.
This is very true.
I
No,
don't know that I'm making too much out of it right now.
Yeah, it
It's-
wasn't even clear what the voice was. Like, we couldn't hear what it was saying or even what gender it was.
Well, we kind of
Yeah.
got interrupted really quickly, and that's why I said,
Yeah.
speaking of zombies, all of a sudden, there's a zombie in the middle of the road. Daryl swerves into it, like, takes that one out, takes like 4 or 5 other ones out. Then there's this massive zombie horde, like this. I can't even tell you how many. There's more than there was at the farm.
Thousands.
There's more than there were at the farm. There's just an overwhelmingly amount of zombies. And they are coming right for this car. Tries backing up. He runs over a pile of zombies. And then he starts peeling out, spinning tires
Guts.
over the head of one of the zombies. And they can't move the car anymore. So they all start fleeing. You see Tyrese,
Yeah.
right? I keep
You
wanting
really
call
want to
him-
say Tyrone.
I want to call him Tyrone. I
really
don't know
want to
why.
say Tyrone.
Is that
Get it together, Tyrone.
Is that a stereotype?
I don't know.
I don't know, but I really
I
want
don't
to
know
call
where
him Tyrone.
Tyrone's coming from.
But Tyrese just he sits there and he waits in the car. Like the doors are open. Well, 2 of the doors are open. He's just sitting there. He's chilling out.
Well,
Like,
he just
Not
lost
chilling out.
the person he loves, and he's also facing the fact that his sister will die if they don't succeed. And maybe for a couple of seconds, his better judgment went, and he was like, "All right, well," he started to give up.
No, I don't think that's what it was. Because he expressed a lot that he didn't like just picking the zombies off at the fence, and then when they went on the helicopter run,
Oh yeah.
he didn't like killing the zombies in self-defense either. So this is like, I really, really don't want to be doing all this killing when I just lost somebody and might lose another.
this is
I-
true.
I think that's
Kinda
a little
think-
bit of a moral crisis for him.
I actually
don't
didn't
wanna
even
be
think
doing
about
this.
that. That actually
Yeah,
makes a
no.
lot of sense.
That's the only thing
Yeah.
that popped in my mind. I was like, ah, damn, here.
Yeah, that's what we were thinking when we were watching. But like, it also makes sense that he kind of lost his will to live for a minute. You know, it, I could kind of see that too, just because he's he's when the zombies attacked the car, there was a realization that like we might not actually get this medicine. Like Sasha might not be okay. So
Right.
so that must have been in his head too. And I can't
Yeah.
imagine it was just him being a pacifist.
So he finally decides to get out of the car, and then he just stands his ground and starts wailing on these zombies. Like
So metal.
Like he looked like Jax from Mortal Kombat, just fucking swinging away with these massive arms, just
Annihilating
bashing down on zombies. Did you guys think he was actually gonna make it? I thought that was the end of him.
I knew he was going to make it. I knew it.
I hoped he was going to make it because I didn't think that. Look, if he's going to go, I don't think that's the way for him to go. Just getting overrun by zombies.
Right.
It just didn't seem. It didn't seem. If it did happen that way, it would have been just shitty writing.
Well, I was even saying, and Chrissy can vouch for me, I was like, no, he's fine. He's fine. He's going to be fine. I'm like, he's fine. Because, all right, I mean, if you guys read the comics, there was one point in the comics that he was left in a gymnasium by himself. Room full of
Right.
zombies. Like, and he annihilated them, and they got back to, like, he was like, what took you so long? Like, Tyrese is fine. You just give the man a hammer, and he takes care of himself.
Yeah. Yep. I don't know. I was surprised. I didn't expect to see him back when he, because they all seemed like they were getting away. They didn't need the help. They didn't need him to stay back there and risk his life like that. That was just kind of like, I guess he just snapped at that moment and needed to take his anger out on something.
We have to assume he's unscathed also because.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They would have shown it. They would have hinted at it. They would have, so
Yeah.
I'm very confident that
He's fine.
So.
He's good.
And Tyrese is not the one to keep that a secret. If he got bit, he would ask one of them to like shoot him or something.
Right. Yeah. So, where do you think they're gonna go and take refuge?
God, we don't even know where they are.
I don't know.
And
I mean,
It looked like there was something in the
building-
distance. Did you guys see that big building
Yeah.
behind the
I
horde?
think that was the
Yeah.
college.
that's like a mega horde though that's coming. Like, what
Yeah.
the hell are they gonna do to get back?
School's
they're
out for the
headed
summer.
Splinter
I
Cell
mean-
mission, baby.
that horde is the largest one we've seen ever. Of all of them put together, it's
Yeah.
bad.
yeah.
Yeah, that one's really big.
Well, I mean, you couldn't have asked for a better, group to face the biggest horde we've ever seen,
See, I'm
Yeah.
thinking that what they heard on the radio.
except for Bob.
Except for drunk guy.
Bob backwards.
Yeah. Not drunk guy, alcoholic.
The alcoholic Bob backwards.
Bob backwards.
I'm thinking that what they heard over the broadcast over the radio station, now that John actually mentions this, is being broadcast from the college.
Yeah,
So.
that's what chat says. It might
Well,
be
that's
coming
what
from the
chat's
school.
saying, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
There we
it,
go.
It
Yeah,
makes
there.
sense.
Yeah,
Makes a
well,
lot
they
of
would.
sense.
Schools have radio stations. The thing
Yeah.
is, it could be just some. I mean, like, I know it's easy to hope that somebody's sending that out or whatever, but it's just too easy to. I think it's not good news for them to pursue that.
I think that they're going to end up pursuing it regardless.
Yeah,
Yeah.
whether they want to or not.
Yeah, because they're stranded now. They don't have a car. They have no way to get back to the prison.
Right.
So they're gonna find themselves in the school. I could not quite tell where they were in the preview for the next episode, but I did see them. They were in some sort of building, going down hallways, and it looked like there was sheets and stuff thrown up inside rooms. So I couldn't quite make out if they were classrooms or anything like that.
Yeah.
But they're definitely somewhere big.
Mhm.
So they're probably gonna stumble across if it's being broadcast from the school, they'll come across the people. Definitely.
I like chat's theory. It's like Lost.
Well, that was me.
Yeah. Oh, that's you.
I'm
my
a
bad.
huge Lost
Yeah.
fan, and when I heard the radio signal, I was like,
Yeah.
well, initially I thought about like Resident Evil and stuff, but then I thought about Lost, and it was just a looped recording from
Mm-hmm.
years and years ago of a distress call. So it could be any of those things.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very true.
I don't think they're going
Yeah.
to do that because then they would just be copying a very popular show. It's not going
I keep thinking the zombies are eating John because like
They are.
The
Some of them
biters.
dead
like it
again.
just flashed just like that, and
They're
it's just like,
biters.
where'd he go? I'm waiting for it to like go black one time, and then it's just
I
his
just
empty
don't
You're
chair.
just wearing the mask.
No, and then it's just the empty chair, and he's just gone. It's freaking me out. It's freaking me out. So we saw Glenn. He got pretty sick. He started getting the sweats. He started getting the early symptoms of it, and Maggie is just, she's so upset. So Glenn's put into quarantine. We later see Herschel go into the quarantine to start giving them the elderberry tea, because elderberries supposedly have healing properties for cold and can delay. Because they said that this cold or whatever that was going around, it was the symptoms that were killing people and not the actual cold itself. So
Right.
if the elderberries have properties that will cure the symptoms, then this could have effectively beat the virus, or whatever this is.
Yeah, elderberries actually do. They are a treatment for fevers, like, and they're actually really effective from what I gather. So it actually could really work.
Yeah.
And the fever is what's going to kill them if they don't dehydrate.
Right.
Yeah. Their heads
So-
will pop.
What do you guys think? Do you think we may get, 'cause Herschel was blood was coughed directly on his face, and he just removed his mask at that point, wiped his face off. He kept the mask off. He knew.
Yeah. It's too
So-
late. Yeah.
He's not
So
going to make
we
it.
got Herschel and we got Glenn. Do you see either one of these characters dying off?
No, I think they're just doing that to give us a sense of urgency about the antibiotics, because if nobody we cared about was infected, there wouldn't be that, like, overwhelming panic about getting these meds back. I mean, yeah, Tyrese's sister, okay, but I don't think we're invested as much as we are in, like, Glenn. Okay, I don't think they're gonna kill Glenn. I'm gonna say it right now, and hopefully I don't jinx anything, but I think they're just doing it to plant that little panic.
I think that if either Glenn or Herschel dies, the other one won't die. It's either neither or one or the other that's gonna die.
I
Oh,
feel like
man.
I'm voting Herschel.
No.
I don't know.
I don't think he's going to go. I don't want him to. I love Herschel.
I don't
But
want
He's
either to
Papa
go.
Smurf. I love him.
And Sasha is so fucking kick-ass. They can't kill her off. Like, seriously.
If one of them was to go, unfortunately, I see it being Glenn.
No.
Yeah.
Because-
honestly.
Because you're more invested in Glenn than you are Herschel. Herschel would be kind of like a little mini travesty to like Rick, but it wouldn't he wouldn't like cripple Rick.
Do you think they're gonna do the heart-wrenching thing and like kill Glenn and have Maggie
be
with
pregnant?
his child?
Yeah, I could totally see that.
oh God.
I could totally see that, because that's kind of what they set up in the first episode we were talking about, with the whole
Oh, it
pregnancy
could be a theme.
thing.
Get a woman pregnant and die, because see, Shane left his baby with Lori,
Yep.
and he died.
And then Lori died.
And Lori
So-
died. Oh God, so that means Maggie
So-
might follow suit.
Yeah.
Jesus, let's not go on this. I like Maggie.
Yeah, I like Maggie too.
This tangent's scary.
Yeah.
Bob backwards. Hashtag bear trap zombie.
Bob backwards
Hashtag.
is pregnant with Glenn's baby?
Yes, that's the secret he's keeping.
Huh. No wonder he wanted that alcohol.
No wonder he couldn't take a drink. He's like, oh, my baby.
But you have so if you were to lose Herschel, like it
Oh,
wouldn't
man.
cripple Rick by any means. Like
Oh,
sure,
definitely
he'd be
Maggie.
upset.
Herschel's
It would
like-
cripple Maggie, but either one is gonna cripple Maggie. Whether it's
Yeah.
Glenn or Herschel, it's gonna cripple. So either way, Maggie's affected. Beth, she doesn't give a shit.
I mean,
Beth is like the
everybody
honey
keeps
badger.
saying- Hold on.
Jesus.
Everybody keeps saying that she's not feeling emotion. She is.
She's just
She's
suppressing it.
Put up. Yes, she's put up these walls. You can even. you could see it most in this episode. She does
Yeah,
tear up at the fact that her father is in the quarantine zone, and it's like she's not feeling emotions. She is just working past it or pushing them down or putting up walls or something.
I don't know.
She's just avoiding it.
Beth's the honey badger. She doesn't give a shit. Well, I think that about wraps it up. The next week's episode is called Indifference. You guys have any little speculation onto what this may be in reference to?
I feel like perhaps it could be about Carol.
It has to be about Carol. They're gonna have to. I mean, now Rick knows. So, I mean, it's not like they're just gonna let it go.
Yeah,
Forget
there's
about
no way
it.
It's not about Carol. It's, I mean, and maybe we'll find out who's responsible for all this, and maybe their indifference will come up or something like that. I mean, who knows? But definitely Carol's going to be a big focal point.
Yep. And I definitely need to find out what happens to Michonne and Daryl and Bob Backwards
Yes.
and
Yeah,
Tyrese.
that's going to be so cool.
So that's going to be probably the story I'm most interested in following. I hope it's not just like a 1 or 2 off episode. I hope this spans out a little longer for the rest of the season, because
That would be really great.
even Herschel himself stated that they don't know when they're going to be back. So it's not like they're going to be sending a team looking for them anytime soon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I mean the thing is that these people who are sick don't have episodes. I mean, depends on how long what the time frame of these episodes are, but they don't have episodes to wait.
Well, that's
So
where
if
the
it takes
elderberries
more
come
than
into play.
Yeah, I don't think they'd have to be magic berries. I don't know. I don't think we have
We'll give them
episodes to
more
wait.
time.
Yeah. We shall see. Cleo, where can the people find you?
You can find me on most social media at Cliomoto, CLIOMOTO, and you can find me at youtube.com/LIOSMFVIDS.
No comment. John, where can the people find you?
If you want, you can follow me on Twitter. It's at no more. I might start tweeting now if people start following me, so who knows what'll happen.
So
You
do
gotta
that.
tweet those bear trap hashtags.
Start following him. Tweet him every hour on the hour. I want him to get a bear trap tweet.
Bear trap. Yes, do it. Do it,
Tweet
internet.
bombs.
Every hour.
Get
And
on.
somebody get like Hootsuite or something. You could just right now start setting up a schedule, so you don't actually have to be there. It'll just automatically send it to him.
Do it.
So yes, make that happen. Angela, where can the people find you?
Pretty much everywhere at the same name, Indie Garona, and that is at Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. All the same name.
INDIE,
Yep.
not INDY like Indiana Jones, right?
No, it's INDIE.
Okay. And you could find us on youtube.com/ASOTV podcast for some more of your favorite TV show podcasts. Until next week, the zombies will continue to eat John's face, and he will have to wear that mask, and hopefully Meta Knight survives. Catch you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.